Now live on the That Boy Lucky Show. We got a special guest tonight. Shout out to Luchylue. Yo, Pop, Luch. I need y'all to follow me and join this live. Got a interesting art. There we go. Lucci was popping, bro. Go Pop was popping, bro. Shit, we just waiting for Luch to connect.
You live in the building. Y'all gang studios.
We live. We live.
Yeah.
Yo, Luch, what's popping, man? Introduce yourself. You're now tuned into the That Boy Lucky Show. We got the artist,
Man, it's Luchylue, man. You know, Yard Gang for the deaf, man. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We out here live right now, upstate New York, doing music. We got my brother Pop home. He finally came home, and you know, so now we back. You know, it's like the comeback tour. You know.
Yeah, talk that shit.
It's that new music. We older now. You know, so it's not young. It's not a young sound no more. It used to be a young sound and stuff, and now it's more defined, it's more refined. It's music now. You know, what was just a sound then is music now.
Right. So now you just said Yard Gang. Tell me about Yard Gang. What is that?
That's just it. It's a family, really. It's a family. I mean, it's a movement. It's music. It's a label. It's a family, really, though. I mean, at the end of the day, like, when you say a family, like when you say family, that means I can come to your house, I can go in your fridge, and I can eat some chicken. And if I eat the last piece of chicken, you just gonna make me replace it. You're not gonna be mad, you know. And that's family, and that's what we are.
All right. Yeah. Shout out to my nigga Pop. He on the live. So Luch, man. Luchylue. Tell me about where you from. Like where you from? Where did the origin of Luchylue start?
Man, Luchylue started really in Tennessee, but really for me it started in Milwaukee. I was out there. My parents got divorced when I was little. My mom moved to Amsterdam, New York. So that's how I got to upstate. You know what I mean? That's how that happened. And then it just funny enough, I messed with a lot of people that Pop messed with back in the day, and me and him just never met at that point.
Right.
You know, so that was funny. It was like it wasn't meant for us to meet yet. And I went down, like I was down in Chattanooga, and I used to go by Luciano back in the day. I knocked on the guy's door, and he yelled Lucci, and I was with a bunch of people, and the Lucci name stuck. And I went down to Tennessee, and a man named Rody B. You're gonna hear him on a couple of my tracks later on when I do a collaboration mixtape that's gonna come out. But you'll hear him. He's the one that gave me the Lou name. I don't know where it came from. I don't. One day he was just like, "This is my CEO, Luchylue," because he used to do his music at my studio, and that's where the Lou came from. I swear to God, there's no backstory. That's it.
Right.
He just one day called it to me, and it was like everybody was like, "Yeah, that's Luchylue right there."
That's fire. That's unique. So you went from Luciano to Luchylue. That's fire.
Yep.
You know, you hear a lot of Lucianos out there, but you don't really. I never heard of a Luchylue. So that's fire. It's very unique.
Right, and I've been using Luchylue since at least, like solidly using Luchylue since about what 2011, right? Late 2011, right? And late 2011, I've been doing the Luchylue thing, and now you got like what's YFN Lucci? You got something like everybody want the Lucci name. Like, nah, I done did all this work by myself. Wasn't nobody around for all that. Now I made Lucci a name, and now y'all want it. Where were you guys at?
Right.
You know, 10 years ago it wasn't one. It was just me out here. And everybody's like, Lucci, what kind of name is that?
Yo, so walk me through this process, man. You said you was originally from Tennessee, Milwaukee.
No, originally from Milwaukee.
All right, and then you went now you ended up in upstate. What part of upstate are you in?
I'm in Schenectady right now. It started in Amsterdam, but now I'm in Schenectady.
All right. So how's that working out? Like is that going to be your home base now? How long you been in Schenectady for?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Schenectady for good now. Well, until Diddy give me a new crib in the city or something, you know.
All right.
We waiting on Diddy call now.
Yo, Puff, what up?
I don't think it's plugged in. We might have to plug that shit in.
Yeah, you know, Puff. He let that nigga Black Rob die.
You know, I ain't.
R.I.P. Black.
Uh, yo,
Nah,
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'll look at it like with that, and well, I had a son that was born this last St. Patrick's Day and died 3 weeks later.
oh, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear.
Unexpected. He went up there. I was telling my God, he went up there with a team though. He went up there with DMX and Black Rob. You know, he coming up to change things right now.
Right, right.
Whatever going on with this COVID is about to change. You hear me?
Yeah, well, you know, we politically incorrect over here, man. We say whatever's on our mind, so we ain't scared of Illuminati and none of that.
Well, facts. I'm still voting for Snoopy in every election. Somebody else vote for him. We can get him in there. You heard?
Right. But Illuminati, if you listening, man, cut that check.
Yeah, we need that check. Goddamn it! I'll say whatever y'all want me to say on the record. I ain't kissing no other grown ass man on stage though.
Right.
But I say whatever you want me to say.
Now, there's other ways of initiation, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit that niggas
I've seen a couple of them.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of them. I ain't interested.
I heard. I don't know for sure, but I heard. You know what I mean? It's the shit that niggas been doing already for free.
I get the tattoo. I get the tattoo for them right here if that's what they want. You heard? I get the tattoo for them. But that sucking on a barrel of gun like what's the name was doing or like all that. Nah, I'm good. I'm past all that. You know. You got that one.
Nah, yeah, niggas be wilding, but you know, them niggas was like that already.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing with Yard Gang is like, you know, we gonna try to make the music that's popping right now. You know, if you wanna do some lean with it, rock with it shit, we gonna give you that. If you wanna do some 50 Cent style shit, we got that for you with this. You Can't Kill Me track we dropping right now. I got all. It's just we're gonna try to give you whatever kind of sounds you want. You know. For the street, but at the same time, it's about making music at the expense of musicianship. You know, you keep yourself, the artist, and hip hop alive. You can make what a real hip hop artist or hip hop fan would consider bullshit music or whatever. You can make it what we call it now. We call industry music. You know what I mean? A commercial music.
Right.
You can make it without selling out or selling yourself. I want to sell out. I want to sell out every store I touch. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But you don't have to sell yourself necessarily. You think what I'm saying? You can actually make music the way you want to make music. Just, you know, learn to like take cussing out or word something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Basically, there's a market for every type of music right now. But you ain't gotta like compromise your character for anyone.
Exactly.
You know, there's a market for everything. There's, you know, me personally, I still love that Max B wave. Like I call it like my music. When I make music, I call it like finesse rap. You know, that's
you call it what?
Finesse rap.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like melodic, but you know, it's really based around the content. Like, take your bitch music, stunting. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the type of shit that I like. You know, like I used to like when I grew up. I really like that gritty shit, but I really like that stunting shit too. Like, you know, like Cash Money used to stunt. G Unit used to stunt, even though they took that you know what I'm saying?
That gangster shit, they knew how to do it fly though. They could do it fly on something. Like I was a Lloyd Banks fan. Lloyd Banks could do that shit fly.
Right.
He could talk gutter and fly at the same time. It's like, yo, it's always like he smacks you with a pillowcase. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
money, hoes, and clothes. You know what I'm saying? That's the culture.
That's a fact.
Yo, shout out to everybody tuned in. You're now tuned in to the That Boy Lucky Show. We were Luchylue. Shout out to Dillinger. Yo, Hazardous was popping.
Hazardous was going down. Jay Dillinger, see you.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, Luke, what projects you got out right now? Like, are you working on a project?
Yeah, I'm trying to work. Right now, I got a lot of solo joints I'm putting together. Right now for the album, I got some stuff. I'm trying to do a lot of different things. I'm trying to do the album right now. I'm also trying to do a mixtape because there's a lot of guys I work with. When we were doing this music when we were younger, because like I said, we were doing this and then it stopped when my brother went to prison. When he came back, now we coming back and we're coming back. It's like we're doing all the people that did music back then, they still want to hop on, but it ain't necessarily. I don't know if they ready for the distance. You know what I mean? If they really serious about this. Right. So I got a couple tracks or whatever, like a mixtape I'm gonna put out with them, and it's gonna be almost like a collaboration thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I'm working on that. I'm working on the album, and then it's just like I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it because I'm actually making So I'm making something called feel good music. It don't matter what you listen to, I want it to make you feel good. You dig what I'm saying?
Right. It's a vibe.
Like, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
vibe.
And it's like I just don't wanna. I don't wanna. A lot of people don't know the biggest thing that can kill an album or a mixtape is a playlist. Just in the order you put the playlist in.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. The track, the way you organize the tracks.
Right. It's so hard because I don't want to put some love songs or some gangster music together on a song on an album, and then they be like, wait, nah. You know,
You know what
like
I
how
do?
50 Cent did the 21 Questions work, but you can't hear 50 Cent with Justin Bieber. You couldn't put Justin Bieber feature or Get Rich and Die Trying. Let's keep it a buck. You couldn't have. It wouldn't have fit.
Nah, but you know what? You're absolutely correct. And you know what helps me with that process? Because not only do I make music myself, I executively produce other artists. And what helps me with that is I listen to some of my favorite classic albums. Like you said it right. Boom. I emulate like a 50 Cent album. Like my favorite 50 album is The Massacre. So I would listen to like, all right, this song has this type of vibe to it. Like it's a club anthem, like Disco Inferno. And then you got the soft music, and I organize it that way. So that's fire that you in tune with that. Like, I mean,
A lot of people gonna hate me for this, but I am, you know, boy, I'm not a New Yorker like that. You know, I was raised out here, but I gotta say, like, Young Jock, you know, Young Jock, I ain't vouching for what he's doing nowadays with his hair and all this other stuff he's doing. I ain't backing that. But if you remember the New Jack City album, you ever really sat and listened to it?
No, I never listened to Young Jock, man. I listened to that one song he had. It's going down.
Yeah, it's going down. Yeah. Everywhere they are. Right, exactly. If you go and take the New Jack City, in fact, do that sometime when you get a minute. Take the New Jack City album and play the intro and everything all the way through. You can actually play that album all the way through. That's why I became a Young Jock fan. After that, it was like a hit here. He had a hit here, a feature there. It wasn't nothing. And that's speaking in the South. You see what I'm saying? But factually, like that New Jack City album, you can play that album all the way through because it kept the same vibe. It didn't matter if you were talking about robbing, the kicking it, the partying, the drinking, the girls, or whatever. He knew how to take that playlist and it flowed so well together that I never once put that New Jack City album on. To this day, when I play that album, I don't find the SHEEK button on my radio.
That's fine.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you know music. But like I said, that isn't something you're gonna listen to and be like lyrically, content wise, yo, he killing it. But you're gonna listen to it and be like, it's gonna say, put it on in your car. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And you're gonna be like, yo, I went 2 blocks out of my way for nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Like for me, 50 did that for me. Like listen to the whole albums. Young Jeezy.
Jeezy another one, but the thing is 50 and Jeezy, like Jeezy, he can do that consecutively. Yo Gotti can do that consecutively. He can always do that for you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They notorious to do that. Like
a lot of people ain't consistent.
Yeah, I want to give you an album where you put it on and you don't ever find the SHEEK button. You lose the SHEEK button on your radio.
Right.
It only goes back. It only goes back. Like run that shit back one time. You know what I mean? There's no, you know.
I wish a lot of artists had that thought process, man, because there's a lot of dope artists that I used to buy. I still buy albums. Buy the albums, and you constantly pressing next. Like, for instance, one artist is Juvenile. I think Juvenile is dope, but I think his singles are trash. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we got Ja Rule better than 50. We got Hazardous out here. He mixing it up.
Ja Rule better than 50. Nah, you bugging, my nigga. Ja Rule is not better than 50. First of all, Ja Rule.
Yo, I can't even compare the two. Speaking from a different coast, I can't even compare because that's two totally different sounds. I think that 50 can never do. I'm being honest. 50 could never do Ja Rule music, and Ja Rule could never do 50 music. Ja Rule could do a version of 50 music with that clapback shit. He can kind of go in the 50 zone a little bit. I say that a little bit, but there's no way in the world that 50 Cent could have did. Put it on you. He could have never did that shit.
50 never wanted to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's not that. He couldn't do that. I mean, 50 could, though, had to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't even, like, I'm just saying, it's like Tupac battling a Mario. Like, come on, son. We on some other shit right now.
Nah, you can't even compare it. Like, nah, because the way 50, like, that was hip-hop. Like, see, I grew up See that's what I grew up listening to because I liked Ja Rule when I was younger, but when 50 came out,
Yeah.
I said it was over. It was Ja Rule K. No offense to Ja Rule, but as a fan,
Ja Rule was losing his sound by the time 50 came out anyway. So if anything, 50 gave him relevance, and then Ja just couldn't hold the flame again.
it was a real battle. Like that was like how these drill niggas is battling each other now, shooting each other. That's exactly like I was copping every G Unit mixtape when it
Facts.
came out
Rest
on
in peace to
Saturday.
MO3. Let me say that. Rest in peace to MO3. He was a dope ass artist that came out. I was following him. He was dope as hell. He died. He got shot up in the highway.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just heard his song when I was locked up. One of his songs, and I would always see him on the kiosk in the prison kiosk. I never gave him a chance. I listened. My
Yeah,
man let me.
he a dope artist, and he really, if you hear him, he really was a dope artist. But I was trying to get a feature with him. I actually was emailing him for a feature. That was one big feature I was really trying to get. He was charging something like $1,000 for a feature, and I was really trying to get it. And by the time I was like, yeah, I'm getting this feature, they was like, they shot him on the highway. I was like, ain't that about something? You know what I'm saying? It's just,
And not for nothing, the nigga was doing his things to charge $1,000. That's a good price. I ain't gonna lie. So let's talk about
it's
features.
because Boosie gave him his start on $1,000 feature when Boosie got out of jail.
Oh wow. So
At least that's the rumor on the internet. You know what I mean? You know the internet be talking.
right. So let's talk
So
about features. What features have you done, and then what other features would you like to do?
features I've done. I got a couple features with the boy Popular Pop, the Mr. Wild Bang himself, Popular Pop the rapper.
Right.
You know. I got a couple tracks with Chris Tone, he another Y'all Gang, you know what I'm saying, affiliate. You find him. I got a couple tracks with a couple people back in Milwaukee. I got my man LD on the track called Nino. Fire. It's an auto tune track, so I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's fire for sure because one of my joints, you know. I got another one with Kenzie Mar back in Milwaukee. It's Kenzie MAR. You'll see her on the billboards back in Milwaukee called On a Mission. We doing a remix. Fire. My sister can't stop playing that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got one with Todd Boogie. Todd Boogie, a monster. I got one with him getting ready. Called You Can't Kill Me. I mentioned that one earlier. I mean, like I said, I'm throwing features out with whoever. I got a guy D Block. He one of the little homies I grew up with too out here, and he made cool too. And he trying to get his studio up and going and get into this music. So I'm gonna do a feature too with him. You know what I mean? Help him out and stuff. You know, and it's about growing. So I'll do a feature with anybody that wants to grow. I ain't gonna charge you. If you like what I do and you want to do a feature, I'll do it with you. Cause if worst case, like I'm gonna promote my shit and you gonna get, you know, they're gonna be like, if you good, they're gonna be like, yo, who is that? Yo, that's my son Gato. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, he be killing that shit. And if somebody hear the track on your end, they gonna be like, yo, who's that? Yo, that's my man Luchylue. You know what I mean?
That's
And
a
it
fact.
gets you out. If nothing else, it gets you to one more ear. You see what I mean?
There's one thing that always stuck with me, right? Is that Stack said in one of his, I don't know if it was an interviews or vlog, but Stack said, and you have to, in order to get better, you have to do features with niggas from outside your hood. That's the only way your pen is gonna get better because
Right.
you listening to other niggas' lingos, you listen to how other niggas spit, and you always pick something up, whether it's improving your flow, improving your vocabulary, improving your lingo, the way you say shit, all of that. I mean, plays a part.
It's growing as an artist.
Yeah, that's a fact. R.I.P. Stack Bundles.
Hey, oh, fact. RIP Stack, but I still bump his shit.
Word.
But yeah, it's a fact of growing. If Pop played the song right now that I did the day I met, excuse me, the day I met him, it's that fire. You gotta be careful with this shit. If you played the song that I did the day I met Pop, I'd probably break your phone. That's a fact. I'll probably break your phone. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about it. But I look at my music now and it's like it's come so far. And it's because of being around so much. Like Pop gave me a line before he went to jail. I'm gonna share it with y'all because I got a verse coming out with it now, so I ain't worried. Before I would have gave it to y'all. He told me before he went to jail, he said, "Yo, Luch, I'm gonna tell you something." He said, "It's gonna be the trick to writing music." I said, "All right." He said, "I blew so much money, I forgot it was green." That's a fact.
That's fire.
You're right here on Gato TV. I played with that verse the entire time he was in jail. Almost 10 years I played with that verse. He got out of jail. What was he out of jail? A month. He called me from jail. He called me. I started laughing when I picked up the phone. It was him. I mean, where else I was in? I was in Illinois. He called me. I was in Illinois. Picked the phone. I started laughing. A couple weeks, maybe a month later, I called him back. I had a verse for that line. I had a whole verse for that line. I was like, bet. He was like, come record it. I said, fuck it. Drove 10 hours from Chicago all the way out here. We dropped the verse. We dropped the music. And that's when the Bring the Ladders out, the gang in here and shit. That's when all that started in. It's just like, that's what caused me moving back to upstate. I came back July last year. I came out. I was here for a week. And the vibe was so hot. And the family was so tight right there again. It was like 2011, step right back in the building.
Wow.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, Pop is a
but
real
now
nigga.
imagine right now, imagine living in 2011, right? Imagine with 2011, that vibe with 2021 knowledge, the damage you could have did.
Right.
Now I got that. I got 2021's knowledge and wisdom and ability on the track and everything. With my family is tight, almost as tight, you know, RP Frost and serious, almost as tight as it was in 2011. Who could stop me? Who could stop this? Cause this ain't about a Luchylue album. This isn't about a Popular Pop the rapper album. This isn't about, you know, an A-Lo the rapper album. This ain't about none of that. This is about a movement. Yard Gang is a movement. It's bigger than any one person. You know what I mean?
Yo, shout out to all the new people that's tuning in right
shout
now.
out Rue, what's going down with you? Welcome to the party.
Your money was popping. You know that shit. My mother know that shit.
Fact, if you got it, throw it.
Yo, so have you had any interactions with any celebrities besides trying to do a feature with MOE?
I did a show. I did a show when I was younger, about 8 years ago. We did one anyway. I don't know what they call it now. Anybody know what they call Northern Lights now? I don't know. Anybody know what they call? Hey, yo, anybody know what they call Northern Lights now or whatever? On Clifton Park. They call it something different now. These called the old Northern Lights. Anybody upstate New York will know about Northern Lights. Styles P did a show there about 8 years ago. I remember I did a show. I did a self-feature song with a guy named Mills. I did a feature song. I remember that. That was funny. One thing I remember about that show is I remember I was in the audience right after when Styles P got on, and my brother was next to me, and Styles P jumped in the audience and disappeared. You couldn't even see him. My brother bigger than him. You see the videos, you think he big. You know, you see the videos, you think Styles P is big buff nigga. Nah, son, he little. This dude little. He 5'2.5". You know what I mean? Like he jumped down and I was like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
He ghosts. He Styles P the ghost for real.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Styles P, man. He got the new.
Styles P the ghost. The only reason I wanted to do that show is because like Styles P, Jadakiss, you know, all of them, the SHEEK LOUCH, you know, I look up to. That's why I think when the name got short into like the Luchylue and the Luch shit, I think that's why I never turned away from it, because like I always was disrespectful. You know what I mean? I grew into respect. That's a fact. But like I used to listen to SHEEK LOUCH, you know what I'm saying? So when the Luchylue came and it was like the Luch, you know what I'm saying? I was more honored with the Luch shit than anything, because like SHEEK LOUCH, like when he was like talk about, well, they was like I smack your grandmama, all that shit. I was like, yo, I fuck with Luch, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with SHEEK. So shout out to SHEEK on the track, you know what I mean? I heard his new shit that he came out with. He wanted to do a feature, he told me on the track, D Block, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
R.I.P. DMX, you know that shit. We coming towards the end of this interview, Luke. So is there anything that we didn't touch on, or is there anything that you want people to know before we end this interview? Because we're now tuning to the Dat Boy Lucky Show.
Definitely, you know, watch out for the music, watch out for the videos, and the movement just gets getting real, you know what I mean? And we'll definitely make sure we check in with you more often, Gato, and let you know what's going on with everything, so you can keep people updated and everything like that. Other than that, just mad project. Watch out for this Love and Heartbreak. That's what I put out to you. Love and Heartbreak.
Fire title.
Yeah, it's almost got like a Kevin Gates feel. A lot of people fuck with Kevin Gates. I like Kevin Gates personally too. It's really got a hard Kevin Gates kind of feel to it, and it's a good song. You know what I mean? And you know how you know it is a good song when you make a song called Love and Heartbreak, and you in the studio and another man come up singing your song. You were like,
Right.
when another man sing your love song, you like, you know what, you doing something.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So Love and Heartbreak, I'll make sure I get a copy of that to you right away. But yeah, other than that, man,